Anything fun? Is it raining? Hello, welcome to Miss Strawberry Makes, or welcome back if you are a returning person. Miss Strawberry Makes is a crafty podcast about knitting, crocheting, sewing, and any other crafty shenanigans that I get up to. I'm Michelle, and you can find me on Instagram as Miss Strawberry Short Girl. It is a rainy old day. It is Saturday, October 2nd. 2021. Happy October. One of the best months of the year. Although it's gotten hot again here where I am in Illinois, in the Midwest of the United States of America. We had some lovely cool fall weather about a week ago, and then the hot weather returned. But it is raining again today, so maybe it'll cool it back off. We shall see. So, I was on vacation all this last week. I took the time off work. Over the past weekend, we went up to Door County, Wisconsin with my whole family. So I have 3 sisters. 2 of them are married, and they each have 4 children. So I have 8 wee rabbits. Those are my nieces and nephews. So 2 nieces and 6 nephews. So mom and dad and all of us went up north. Mom and dad treated us to that little vacation. It was a lot of fun. I may include some vloggy footage. Actually, I think I will include some vloggy footage at the end of this video. If it doesn't get too long, I guess I could make a separate video of that. But I'll probably just tack it on here. We'll see what happens. So, yeah, it was a great time. Really enjoyed it. Did lots of fun things, and got lots of souvenirs, and there was even a yarn shop up there, so I got some yarn there that I will show you towards the end as well. So there's Alfie scratching, not on his scratching post as per usual. Alfred. Oh, I think in between the last podcast and this one, I had a scare again with Alfie. He had apparently gotten some string and had ingested it, which can be very dangerous. So he had been sick a couple times in the night. One night, I can't remember what day it was now. It was at least a week ago now. It was before we left. It was about the week before we left. Wow, I'm really coherent today. So yeah, he was sick, and then I found the string in his, and I wasn't sure if it all got out, so I called the vet, and they're like, yeah, bring him down. But then he was so feisty that they couldn't even get x-rays. They would have had to sedate him to get x-rays, and they're like, you know what, like, Honestly, he's not puking anymore, so it's probably all out. So they just gave me like a laxative type thing to give him, more like, I don't know, stool softener or something. Sorry, this is gross. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but he is my baby. So anyway, gave him that, and they also gave me an injection of pain medicine to give him, and just something to like calm him, I guess, from having been sick so much. And he was just so stressed out from being at the vets. He did not like them. He's kind of a stinker. So I actually gave him an injection. That was an experience. I hate needles. Well, I like sewing needles and knitting needles, but I try not to puncture myself with them if at all possible, or anyone else. So that was an experience to give him that shot, but he didn't act like it hurt him. He acted more like, what the world are you doing to me? But yeah, so he's well, he's fine, fat and sassy as ever. So let's just go ahead and crack on with the crafty bits. Enough about my cat and his adventures. Okay, let me put down my coffee and let's see, where shall we begin? Guess we should start with finished objects, which is this. So I did manage to make a pair of socks. These weren't even a work in progress yet during the last podcast. So I wanted to make some kind of autumnal socks. This yarn I got, the main yarn is actually from Hobby Lobby, of all places, but it is like a hand-dyed yarn. Oh, I don't know if I still have the tag, and I forget the name of it. I'm no good at all. We're off to a great start, aren't we? Nope. I don't know what the name of the colorway was. It wasn't anything fall, I don't think. But it looked very autumnal to me. And then the contrast heel and toe are... they are an indie dyed yarn. Oh, hang on. I know I have it because there's some left. Okay. That almost fell. I rearranged my yarn. Is the tag in there? Oh! Good news. The tag's inside the leftover ball of yarn. Okay, so the main color here, Yarn Bee brand, authentic hand dyed in Redwood Roaming. So that is that one. So it is, oh, it's just 100% superwash merino wool. Wow, it's a very good value because it was $15 for 100 grams for 3.5 ounces. I bet that's 100 grams. Oh, I'm throwing it. Oh boy. Okay, so that was that. And then the contrast was some leftover I had from making my sister Beth a shawl last year. So it is sheepy fibers. I was gonna guess something else, so good thing I checked. And golden straw. So it's really nice. They are on Etsy, sheepy fibers. I like a lot of their colorways. 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. So that is that. And the pattern used is Jemima Socks by Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears. It's part of the Miss Potter Sock Club. I think it was actually the first pattern in the first Miss Potter Sock Club. The cuff, I had started the socks before deciding what pattern I was going to use, and so I just did a 1x1 rib where the pattern actually calls for a 2x2 rib. Other than that, I followed the pattern exactly. So I love the umbrella toe. Kay Jones umbrella toe is probably my favorite toe. And they are cuffed down, which is my favorite as well. And yeah, really happy with those nice cozy socks. So that is, I think, my only finished object. Next, I will show you some works in progress. So I have not done any more work again on my Painted Roses blanket. So no crochet this time, but I do have 2 sweaters going, well, a cardigan and a sweater, and I did those socks, and I actually have another work in progress socks that I'll show you. I'll just show you that now, actually. Okay, so I have one done. So these are not my normal color palette. These little socks are for my niece Annalise, who is turning 7 this month. So she requested some pink socks, and she told me specifically what pink she wanted. She showed me actually another pair of just like cotton store-bought socks she has, and it was this kind of bubblegum pink color. So that is what I got her. So I don't have blockers this size, so you'll just have to use your imagination. But this is the Pearly Dots sock pattern by Sandra Paul of Cherry Heart. I love this pattern. It's one of my favorites. So it's got the peacoat edge, which I think is just so charming and feminine, and then it's got the little lace pattern, kind of eyelets, and then the Eye of Partridge heel flap and gusset with a square heel turn, and then just like a regular tapered toe. So since Annalise is only a little girl, and this pattern is for like adult, small, medium, large, I kind of did like, I followed the pattern for the small, but like did it as if it were an extra small, I guess you'd say. So basically I just adjusted all the counts the same amount it would have been. So for example, hopefully this isn't giving away about the pattern, but the counts for the pattern are in increments of 10. So I just did 10 less than the small when casting on. And I tried it on her before. I had it first. So, oh, let me tell you about the yarn. It is Cascades yarn superwash, 220 superwash sport. So it's a little heavier weight, and I got it on sale. So the color got messed up when I think it's colored 901. Got kind of messed up when I opened this. So since it's a sport weight, it's, you know, plump, more plump than fingering, obviously. So I started out knitting it on a size 2 needle. I normally knit my socks on a size 1. So I thought I would just go up 1 needle size just to see how that worked, but it was just too tight. Like there wasn't much stretch to it at all. So, hi bud, he's staring at me. So I had gotten like about that much of the leg done, and I tried it on Annalise. So like, cause this cuff doesn't have quite as much give, I would say, as, well, it's got a fair amount. Well, this one especially, because it went up a needle size to needle size 3 for it, because the 2 was just too tight. It had trouble getting across around her heel up to her leg. So yeah, so I think that's gonna fit really well. And I am this far on the second sock, so they're knitting up really fast because they're so small. But she and her brother Joel, his birthday was yesterday. Her birthday is not actually until the 18th, I think. Yeah. So they are having a double birthday party tomorrow. So I'm thinking I can get that done in time to give her as part of her present. It's not actually her present, but it can be, you know, just like a little additional part of her present. So, and it just made me happy that she actually requested them. So I was actually knitting these socks, and she was like, ooh, what are those? And I was like, they're socks. She's like, who are they for? And I was like, me. And like, she was like, hint, hint, are they for me, is what she meant. And I was like, would you like some socks? And she's like, yes. I'm like, what color? And she's like, pink. So she knew exactly what she wanted, and specifically what pink, which I actually really appreciate, because it's nice to know exactly what someone wants. So that's that. That's some wee rabbit knitting. And that is very nearly another finished object. When I do one of these, I get so thirsty and my throat gets so dry. I must not normally talk this much. Anywho, best to drink my coffee before it gets too cold anyway. Oh, okay, so next work in progress. Let's show you in my, oh, I forgot to say this bag. I think I told you this last time. This bag, no, maybe I didn't, is Candy Patch Designs. It's got some little Liberty bunting, and I just love this bag so much. So she's on Etsy, Candy Patch Designs. Highly recommend. She's in England, I believe, so you know, shipping can be a bit, but it's worth it because her bags are really cute. So in this bag that I made, my pastel autumn bag, which by the way, if you pre-ordered, those did get sent out yesterday actually. So I missed the post the day before, but they did get sent out the 1st. So they are on their way to you. And thank you so much for your orders. That was so exciting. So in fact, I'm thinking I'll probably do some more little shop updates here and there with some project bags. I know I want to make some Christmas ones, and actually I have some fabric to show you that I want to make bags most likely in the spring with that. So anywho, in this bag is my Zweig I am working on. So this is my birthday cast on. So I have gotten to the point where I've finished the body. Yay! Who's all wrinkly from being wadded up in there. So I'm not going to try it on for you, but I will just kind of hold it up so you can see. Oh, it's so pretty. The lighting isn't the best today because I do have my overhead on just because it's so overcast out today, but hopefully you can still kind of see the colors all right. So in case you didn't see it previously or didn't hear about it previously, the main yarn, so like the multicolored yarn, is by the Wandering Flock in their colorway Holograph Dreams. So the Wandering Flock and Holograph Dreams. That's probably completely rubbish. You probably can't see that at all, but it is just so pretty. Pastel wonderfulness. So and then the contrast is a naturally dyed yarn made by the Angora Moose, also on Etsy. Both of those dyers are on Etsy. I don't think that Angora Moose, she may not have anything in her shop right now. I know she's expecting, so she's quite busy. And she's got like Angora rabbits, so she is a busy gal. But this one was called Dandelion Tea, and it was dyed with peony petals, but made this really nice yellow. So I just think that's fascinating, that natural dyeing. So yep, that I just need to crack on with the sleeves. But I didn't take this one on the vacation road trip with me. So we drove up. It was a fair few hours in the car. So I did not take this one with me. I opted to take the next work in progress with me and these socks. So that was my vacation knitting. So this was my birthday cast on, and making good progress on that. It always feels good once you have the body of the sweater done. You can get kind of in the sleeve island or whatever it's called, where you just are like, oh, sleeves. But I actually don't mind sleeves because they go around and around so quick that I feel like they knit up really quickly. But anyway, so my next work in progress then is in this beautiful dandelion and dogwood bag, and it is Rifle Paper Company fabric. It's neat because it's round. Isn't that cool? So anywho, in here I have my so the Tayloress, Amy Loudon of Tayloress Studios, is having a knit along. It started September 1st, so it is like a sweater weather knit along, and I am making her Chatra cardigan, or Chatra's cardigan. I made one in green when I actually test knit this for her, which was really exciting to be able to do. And so now I am making it in this kind of aqua color, bluey green color. So this, I have, when I left for vacation, all I had done was like you start like here, and I had done like, did I even get to where you join the, I think I was still working on like the upper back, or no, I did the upper back, I was working on the upper fronts, and then so ended up joining for the bottom, and then you just knit for a while, and then now I am on to the ribbing at the bottom. So I'm very nearly done with the body of this one as well. I'm not going to try it on because of how the needle is. It's only halfway through a row, so I don't want to like rip it off the stitches. But yeah, this is just the fluffiest, squidgiest thing. So wonderful. I love my green one. I actually brought it on vacation and wore it quite a bit because it was much cooler up north, so, which was wonderful. I was sad to leave it. But yes, details. So this yarn is Drops Air Mix, which is one of the recommended yarns for this. It's a worsted weight yarn, so it knits up really quickly. It's just really wonderful, squidgy. This is mostly alpaca, I believe, so it is 65% alpaca, 28% polyamide, and 7% wool. So the way it is, it's like, I think it's called a blown yarn. So like the outside is like a little netting of like a tubular net, and then they like blow the alpaca fibers into there, and it just makes for a really plump, fluffy yarn. So I'm probably totally butchering that description, but that's how I understand it. Yeah, so happy with that, happy with the progress on that. It is supposed to have buttonholes and buttons, but I actually never ended up putting buttons on my other one, though I did make the buttonholes. So I decided just not even to make the buttonholes on this one because I just wear them open. So that's what I did. Don't know why I just made that weird sound. Sorry. Okay. So that is that. I don't really have anything else to say about that. It's weird for me to have two like big garments like that going at once. Normally I just have like one sweater, maybe a pair of socks. So it's weird for me to have two big old sweater cardigans going on at the same time. So I may have bitten off more than I could chew, but we'll see what happens. Because I feel like if you have too many projects going, you don't see as much progress, and I like to see progress, so that's why it's harder for me to do that. But yeah, then my only other current work in progress is a sewing project. So I have cut out Merchant and Mills trapeze dress. I don't know what that black stuff is on here, but that's that dress. And I am doing the version with the long sleeves. So I cut it out of this homespun fabric. It's a pink homespun plaid that I got off Etsy last year. So, excuse me, it tends to be my habit that I will overbuy and not get things done and then end up making them in future years. So, as per usual, bought this last year, actually sewing it this year. So yeah, I have all the pieces cut out, and this pattern is really nice. Like the pieces, the pattern pieces, like the paper is very thick and almost like wax paper rather than like the flimsy tissue paper that they're generally made out of. So really excited about that. Might even sew that up this afternoon. And then let me think. So then other than that, it's just some looky what I got and some plans. So I'll start with looky what I got. Blanket came off my chair. Get back on there, you. Okay, so up north in Wisconsin, there are some wonderful little shops, and one of the shops had Sun Jellies bags, and they were on sale, believe it or not. So I had always wanted this atomic tote in the kind of mint color. And then they also had this one. I think it's called the Betty bag, maybe. I got that in coral, so I'll show you that later. So, but in this bag, I have my yarns that I got from the shop up north. Okay, so it's called Knit Wits Yarn and Crafts. So that's their information. And in there, I did find some pastel wonderfulness that I had to bring home with me. Actually, that bubblegum pink yarn for Annalise's little socks came from there as well. And then also, these. So this is Knitted Wit sock in the colorway. Actually, I don't know how you say this. Is it agate or agate? You know what I mean. Fossil Beds National Monument. So this this series is like national parks colorways or something, from what I've heard. But I just loved the pastelness of it. So they had 3, so I bought all 3 because I thought I could make a sweater out of that. Isn't that just beautiful? So really in love with those. So pretty. And then Yarn Love, who I've bought from before, they had some Yarn Love yarn there. And I got this sock set. This is the Blooming Lavender sock kit. It's on their Cinderella fingering. So it's 80% superwash BFL and 20% nylon. So it's really like squidgy and like sturdy with that BFL in it. I actually had bought the purple set of this, and then you use Stone Knit's Blooming Lavender sock pattern, which I already have, of course, because they made the purple ones. So I got the pink set now too, so I'm excited to do that. Maybe I'll pop in a picture of the pattern on here in case you don't know what I'm talking about. So there's that. And then they also had some other sock yarn that I got. So some Regia. And look how pastel and wonderful that is. And then this one as well. So they're both snow color is the line. And then the names each had something to do with ski, but I can't remember what they are now. They just have the color numbers on here. So we have 08112. And we have 08113. Like the little bits of aqua in that one. Dusty blue. What do you think, Alf? So really excited to try that. So this is an 8-ply yarn, so it's a little thicker for sock yarns. And there, it actually says on here 10-year guarantee, like your socks are supposed to last 10 years. So I find that quite interesting. But yeah, this is just 75% wool and 25% polyamide. I feel like I inhaled some fluff or something. Yeah, so this is really neat. I'm excited to try those. And then, oh, the shop where I got my Sun Jellies bags, it was the cutest shop. It was probably my favorite clothing shop that they had up there. It was called Hey Daisy. And so they are in a couple places. So we were in Fish Creek is where I saw them, but they're in De Pere, Green Bay, and Fish Creek. So that's their information there. Won't show you the coupon code because probably not supposed to give that out. But yeah, so wonderful, wonderful things. And then since we're in the looky what I got, I'll show this fabric. So this adorable fabric I got at a local quilt shop. And I want to make probably some project bags in the spring out of this, because I like to do more seasonal things personally. So look at the chickies. So the line is Break of Day, and it's Moda Fabrics, and the designer is Sweet Fire Road. So she is on Instagram as well, so give her a follow. She's a really nice gal. The designer. Look at this one with the hollyhocks, the little bees buzzing around. I love hollyhocks. I grew them at home when I lived with mom and dad in the country. Here I don't have anywhere to grow hollyhocks. I guess I could try growing them in a pot. Maybe someday I'll have a little plot of dirt again. And then this one with the little chickies. I love chickie babies. I had chickens previously, back again when I lived with mom and dad at home. And I just love chickens. I love them. So, like I said, this is Break of Day by Sweet Fire Road for Moda Fabrics. So, that is all the looky what I got. And then, Alfie, did you take off with some yarn? No, you didn't. And then in this basket is plans. So, well, kind of plans. Oh, actually, if you notice behind me, I have a little Afghan over my computer monitor. That is not purely aesthetic. That is because in the middle of the night, I don't know if Alfie can see his reflection in it or what, but he like is obsessed with my monitors in the middle of the night. I actually have two, because this is where I work. Well, working from home, still working from home and loving it. But anyway, he will like paw at them, and I'm so afraid he's gonna like tip them over or like scratch the screen or something. And they're not mine. They, you know, are issued from work. So I just covered them, and that keeps him from bothering them. But then I was kind of like, hey, that kind of looks good. I think I need to make some little cozies to cover my computer monitors. My grandma would have been proud. She would have highly approved of that. So, actually, Mima would too, my other grandma. So, yeah, it's kind of cute though, isn't it? So, and that Afghan, like, I had bought the yarn and just like made it, and then it wasn't like really a size that you could do. And I mean, I suppose it could be like a baby blanket, but I don't know. So, it actually, I might actually be able to get 2 covers out of that, like take it back apart and make it into 2. I could do that. Good thinking. Anyway, that's not what I was going to talk to you about. Let me grab another gulp of coffee real quick. Alfred Lord Kittyson. No. If I use his fancy name, he sometimes stops. Not really. Okay, so in this wonderful jelly bag, I have some potential sewing projects. So first up is my kitty corn fabric. So I thought maybe instead of doing my regular pattern that I used to make, I might do this one with the ruffles, this Liberty Fabrics dress, and do this for the mane and this for the ruffles. But I'm wondering if that would look too juvenile. I don't know. Or if I should just not even make a dress out of this, just make some project bags. I'm really trying to decide like what would be the best use of this fabric. Like, am I really gonna like, and how much am I gonna wear a dress made out of this? Because I don't know, I haven't been wearing my novelty dresses as much. I don't know, but I also love them. You know, it's hard. It's a hard decision, I tell you. But anyway, that's a possible project. And then this, I measured, and I actually do have enough of this. So I've made this dress before. It's another Liberty one. That is the Birdie shift dress. Oh, that one was the Alexa frill dress. So this one's the Birdie shift dress, and I have this vintage paisley fabric that's kind of drapey. So I don't know what it's made of because I bought it secondhand, but it's like kind of drapey and just good fall colors. So I have enough to make that, and I think it would suit this pattern really well. So I think this is probably next on my dressmaking list. So hopefully I can actually get into gear and get that done. So that's one project. And then this, I am so afraid of knit fabric, but I got this at Alfie. What are you doing? I want to see. What are you doing, bud? Is that your buddy? Is that the other Alfie in the mirror? I have him shut in here with me, so. Oh, no, I can't remember where I had my camera. Darn it. Oh, well, that'll work. I think that's probably about right anyway. Okay. So anyway, I got this knit fabric secondhand. It's really cute. So it's like jersey fabric. Stretchy. It has little mushrooms on it. Is that upside down? I think it kind of goes. I don't think it has a one direction. So it's got kind of like a really nice heathery navy background. And then these brightly colored mushrooms all over it. I just love it. So I have this pattern that is actually designed for knits that I got at the thrift store as well. It's just a 90s A-line like jumper. So I think I will make this out of that. Not sure if I'll do the wider straps or the thinner straps. But like I said, I'm like really afraid of working with knit fabric. But since I got this secondhand, it's not like a huge investment. So it'd probably be good to practice on. So that is another plan. And then lastly, I have this kind of tan homespun with a smaller check. And then I was thinking it'd be really fun out of this vintage pattern. So isn't that adorable? Oh, I did get some other vintage knitting books that I wanted to show you too, but this is getting pretty long already, so maybe I'll show you that next time, or if I decide to actually make something out of it, because there were quite a few things I was like, that would be pretty cute. So I'll show you that next time. If I forget, remind me. If you want to see it, remind me. But yeah, so with the big pleats, maybe even with those cute sleeves, although like I feel like bigger sleeves, like I have wide shoulders and I do not have skinny arms, so sometimes I feel like self-conscious if I wear really big sleeves. But you'd think it should be supposed to make them look smaller, but I don't think it actually does. But yeah, so isn't that just adorable? I wish I could find that fabric. I would love that. So that is all my plans. Well, all my plans in this basket. You know, I always have lots of plans. They don't always necessarily come to fruition. But yeah, so I think that is about all I have for you guys today, apart from my vloggy bits that I will put on the end here. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and I hope you are well. I hope you're enjoying the fall. If it's fall where you are, if it's spring where you are, I hope you're enjoying that as well. My two favorite seasons, spring and fall. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and you guys just have a great rest of your weekend here, and yeah, happy making. Bye. Alfie, do you want to say bye? Come on. Oh, he ran away. He doesn't want to say bye. Sorry, he's rude. Bye. Want to be in it? Videoing. Bye.